I just finished watching Gas Monkey Garage's latest episode, and Richard Rawlings was talking about a cool new platform that they have where they're going to showcase up-and-coming shops, garages, possibly YouTube channels, and it's called Gas Monkey Spotlight. I'm definitely going to be submitting a little small video. Who knows, maybe they'll give a small YouTuber like me a shout out. We got some cool stuff here in the Mad Lab, so that'd be awesome if they were able to spotlight Mad Creative and show what we do, spread the word. Anyways, back to the video. What's up, creators? It's your boy, Mad Mike, and on today's episode, we have the El Camino back inside the Mad Lab. So you're gonna wanna stay tuned and check it out. Alright creators, come on in. This is my 1976 GMC Sprint, also known as the Chevy El Camino. We're doing a custom front end conversion on it with a Plymouth Cuda, and today we are going to be removing the bench seat. We're going to be assessing the floors for how bad the rust is. If you come and look inside here, if the camera adjusts itself, it might be a little dark and hard to see, but yeah, that's daylight down there. So we're going to be removing the bench seats. So yeah, there's a great big hole on the driver's side, and I'm assuming there's going to be one on the passenger side, and we can't really see that right now, but that's the game plan, is to remove this bench seat and remove all the carpet and the padding so we can actually see just how bad the floors are in the car. Back here, I picked up some 18 gauge steel so we can fabricate some new floor pans. So once we get the bench seat out and we address just how bad the floors are, we'll start repairing and fabbing up new floors in this car. But the exciting part for today's video is going to be the front end. We're putting a Plymouth Cuda front end on the car. We're doing a full front end conversion. So we're going to go over to our 74 Plymouth Cuda that we have in storage, rip off the front end, and put it on. So what do you say we do that first, baby?
Sounds good.
Awesome. Let's go do that. Alright guys and girls, so we have the 1974 Plymouth Barracuda, also known as a Cuda, and what we're going to be doing today is ripping off this front end. It's a fiberglass front end. This used to be an old drag car, so this is going to be perfect on the El Cuda that we have in the Mad Lab. So I originally already did a front end conversion on the El Camino with a steel front end off of a Cuda, but I'm going to be putting that steel front end onto the actual Cuda and using this fiberglass front clip for the El Camino, also known as the El Cuda build. So I'll show you guys here, it's actually a tilt front end, which is pretty cool. So if you hang there, the whole front end basically pivots up. So it'll be a super easy swap onto the El Camino, I'm hoping. I don't know if the measurements are gonna work out for us, but what do you say we just snip the front end off here, get those pivot points out, and we'll carry it over and sit it onto the El Camino and see how it looks. So we just got the whole front clip off of the 1974 Cuda, and as you can see here, it's pretty bare and totally looks like a dragster now. So this car here, I did a whole new K-member with fully rebuilt suspension and control arms, bushings, front disc brakes, etc. There's no inner wheel wells because we're going to be fabbing up some bars and doing our own custom front end here to reinforce all that off the frame rails, because we have a 440 big block out of a motorhome going into this Cuda project. So make sure to subscribe if you guys want to see more of this car. And yeah, let's grab that front end, throw it onto the El Camino. Yeah. Alrighty, so I pulled some measurements yesterday and I'm hoping that we can get it to fit up onto the El Camino pretty good. Fingers crossed it all lines up nice, and I'll make some brackets probably tomorrow or something like that that'll hold the front end where it pivots. But for today, I just want to set it on so we can get to pulling out that seat and seeing how bad the floor is. Alright, we have the El Camino with the Cuda front end together. It is now one, but if you come and take a look here, we got a couple of interferences. So one is down here. Actually, maybe I'll grab this real quick. So underneath the front end, you can see I got a brace hitting my hood latch support, so I'm gonna have to cut that back, which is not a big deal. And then where it pivots in that area there, I'll be able to weld on a bracket right up here that grabs that on both sides. So it should go back another probably 4 to 3 inches in that section. And then looking from the side here, you can see it's got to go back about 3 or 4 inches and tilt itself up. We just got a couple of interferences, and yeah, we'll be able to rake it back once we cut that brace. But overall, it's fitting pretty good. Leave a comment below. Let me know what you guys think of the Cuda front end on the El Camino. It looks pretty cool though, eh?
Yeah.
Neck goes back and up like that. That looks so good. When I had the metal front end on, it actually lined up real good. All the body lines matched almost perfectly. So this fender line here matches up with this body line in here. So I'll be able to mold all this in together so it looks like it came factory with the Cuda front end. But I don't know what I'm gonna do for a hood scoop right now, because this had a big blower or something coming through the hood when it was a drag car. So maybe we'll mold in a nice fiberglass scoop, or I don't know. What do you think we should do for the hood? Something basic? Something crazy?
Crazy.
Crazy? You should do something crazy, she says. Alright, so now that we have the Cuda front end back on the El Camino, what do you say we go rip that bench seat out and see what we got below it as far as rust? I have a feeling the whole floor is going to be shot, but I don't mind. I'd rather just cut the whole floor out anyways. So let's dive into the inside, grab some gloves, maybe put a mask on, rip that bench seat out. Kind of showed you guys before, but this is pretty rusted in here. So last night I went ahead and cut all the bolts and just shook the sheet. I can't say that. I shook the sheet loose and got all the bolts, ripped them out of the floor basically because I couldn't undo them. The seat belts are shot, so I'm probably just gonna end up cutting the seat belts and ordering new ones. Or if we do bucket seats, maybe putting some 4-point harnesses, I don't know, but these are garbage. So I'm gonna cut them off and we'll hopefully be able to just get the seat out in one shot, and then we'll remove all this padding and carpet and see what we got below. But I have a feeling it's gonna be completely rusted out. Oh yeah, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Travel the world. Circus act right there. Holy cow. Oh, you're better on camera. Whoa! I don't know what I was gonna say.
I don't know.
Your juggling was amazing. I don't know how awkward this is gonna be. I'm just gonna crawl through the floor, probably on the driver's side. Well, Sarah rips it out from the passenger side, and we'll see what happens. Gonna go ahead and cut these seat belts off because they're attached to the bench seat and they're already ripped anyways. That's good. Well, they cut very easy, eh?
Yeah.
Well, that wasn't too bad. We managed to get the seats out and we realized that they recline. They comfy?
They don't recline, they fold.
Oh, just fold. Anyway, whoa! It's got an armrest too. Ugh. Probably all covered in mold. Ew. Now that we have the bench seat out, I'll grab a garbage bag and we can start ripping out any of this old carpet and padding and just see how bad the floors are. But if you guys can see down there, yeah, that's my shop floor. There's my foot. So we're gonna be replacing the entire floors. Luckily, all the back panels and the rocker sections are in great condition, so I got a lot of good material to weld to. So we'll just go ahead and cut the whole floor out probably, and probably be able to save the tunnel. I'm curious to see how rotted out the tunnel is. Let's go ahead, get rid of all this old junk here and just see what we're left with. Well, we got our masks on because I don't know what kind of animals have been living in here, and let's just go ahead and start ripping all this old carpet out and just see how bad the floor really is. Got a little donkey. More money. Check that out. 1976 El Camino with a 70 Cuda front end on it. The El Cuda. Got the bench seat out, and now we can finally assess the floor damage. It's pretty extensive, but it's not as bad as I thought it was gonna be. Seats in not so bad condition, everything's working, so we might recover it or do like a Mexican blanket on it. But on the inside here, let's reveal the extent of the rust. So basically, we got no floor pans and the passenger side front and back, driver side front and back. Our cross member is still in decent condition, so I'll put a new like bar in there to support the center section. But our tunnel is actually in decent shape. So this is all factory paint here, as you can see, and we got good material all along here. So I'll be able to cut all across here on the tunnel, which isn't rusted out. And we'll cut up along the firewall here, and then down along the rockers here, which we got a lot of good material all across the rocker panel. So it's basically just the low spots. They had a bunch of like this foam padding and carpet, so it was just holding the moisture, and that's what caused the low points to rot out. But the points that were higher than that are actually in great shape. The whole back panel is in great shape. So we can buzz along here and just make some cool floor pans in there. Put some bead rolls to stiffen everything up, and we'll have us a floor. It doesn't need to be anything pretty, but we just want it to be safe and not have any dirt and debris come through. So I'm pretty happy with that. Nice and clean. My brother always told me, clean shop is a happy shop. Alright guys and girls, that's going to be it for today's video. Make sure to subscribe because we have a bunch of other crazy creative builds on our channel. That's a wrap for the 76 El Cuda build for today. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and we'll catch you guys next time. Ciao, ciao.
Searching for greatness in a sea of the